Hi, everyone. It's Alicia, and today I'm joined again by Ed over at LHPU. Ed, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks, Alicia.
Yeah, of course. So in this video, we are talking about the second part of our series for the Intro to Autonomous Mobility 2.0 course. We're talking about Module 5, and we're going to dive into path planning this time. So, Ed, I'm just going to turn it right over to you to kind of take us through that.
Okay, thanks, Alicia. One of the very important parts of autonomous technology is, of course, path planning. Path planning is the logic and the algorithms that determine where you want the vehicle to go. And obviously, a very important function has implications for safety. We'll dive into this topic and cover a lot of the elements that are typically used today for path planning. And so I have, again, the framework for autonomous systems, which is the sensing, perception, and path planning, which we'll discuss. On a subsequent video, we'll talk about the vehicle control, which is another obviously extremely important element of autonomous technology. The path planning module is one of the most challenging topics in this training series. While it seems that if we have a robust estimation of the perceived operating environment, that it would be straightforward to select a path, it is actually very challenging because the path plan will be critical in determining safe operation of the vehicle. So essentially, when you formulate a path plan, you cannot be wrong. So there's lots of criteria to make sure that your chosen path is safe. When you're cruising down the highway, it's not that much of a challenge, although there is challenge. You can have obstacles and other dynamic traffic that may cause you to have emergency maneuvers. Mostly cruising on the highway is fairly straightforward. However, in operating domains such as the city, it can be very challenging. So we'll get into that quite a bit. So we'll be covering topics such as finite operational state machine, where you look at the mode of operation you have. Is it an evasive maneuver? Is it a cruising maneuver? Is it a turning maneuver? Things like that. Go into determination of the path plan. We'll be covering a path plan optimization, which is a very important topic. And that'll define the optimum path for the vehicle that will be constrained by the dynamic capabilities of the vehicle and the comfort of the occupants. So if you're just doing a regular maneuver, you want to consider the dynamics of the turn. You don't want to turn too quickly, upset the occupants. However, if you're making an evasive maneuver, you have to understand the capability of the vehicle to carry out that path plan, and that's part of the optimization process. So that's quite a challenge to do that. You have to do that at every instant you're operating, at every sample. And so it's a real challenge. So some of the topics we'll be covering is discrete state path planning. That is, what are the modes of operation you're in? Obstacle prediction. When you have a dynamic object that's being sensed, such as another vehicle, a pedestrian, some other object, we will determine how to predict its future state and whether or not that path intersects your proposed or planned path. And then we'll talk about the overall behavior planning objective, and then the all-important trajectory generation. This is the path plan. This is the position you want the vehicle to be in the near future, and that's the trajectory generation. We'll culminate this section of the course with a student implementing a path plan for vehicle driving on the highway, and that'll be in the simulation platform. This is a challenging topic, but we will deliver it in a classroom and lab settings that will give the student a sound understanding of this topic.
All right, Ed. Well, thank you for telling me a little bit more about that. I love the fact that this course, while it is complex material, you have that classroom setting and you also get that lab, which is more of a hands-on setting for the student to really practice this path planning, since it is such an important part of the module. So if you're interested in finding out more about this course or the other courses that LHPU offers, you're going to want to get in contact with them. You can give them a call, or you can visit online to explore a little bit more at lhpu.com. Thank you.